I tend to think my story is a bit more dramatic. You have all these crazy, unlikely events that don't really happen to many people, but you break it down to the barest form, and no, everyone doesn't get hit by a car. Not everyone goes to rehab. But the fact is, we all suffer, we all endure pain, and the realization that we all suffer and we all feel pain is what allows us to grow and recover from that pain.
It makes people feel really good when people ask about their life story, because not a lot of people are asked about that. So when we get asked about that, it's a big deal.
We aren't perceived as people. And so by this book, we are being able to show the world, whoever picks up this book, sits down and reads our words, that we are people. We have likes, we have dislikes, we have beliefs, we have irritations. We're like the person reading the book. We're not this little tender thing that you gotta not touch because you might catch the blindness or hurt them or something. We're not a child, and we're not an invalid.
I wanted to come to the Louisville Story Program because I like to write, and I thought that would be good to write since it would give me an experience of actually having an editor and everything. I thought this would be a good way to get my story out there to the people to read.
In August of 2016, the Louisville Story Program partnered with the Kentucky School for the Blind for a year-long writing workshop that will culminate in the book We Can Hear You Just Fine, Clarifications from the Kentucky School for the Blind. No book like this has ever been published. They worked their tails off writing amazing memoir and essays, doing oral histories and interviews in their home communities and elsewhere. And the book that they've created is a pretty stunning document of what life is like for an American teenager with visual impairment or blindness.
The Louisville Story Program means a lot to me, not only because I got to write my story, but because that was one opportunity that no one has ever given me to let the world hear my voice and know what I want to say.
I wanted to join LSP so that I could be one of the many authors to put a story out there, to show people what it's like to be visually impaired or blind.
We have to always be an ambassador, and this book allows us to be an ambassador not just in our real lives, but in our own words.
For me to have to write this chapter and constantly think about the events that have happened in my life, I feel like I've gained a greater understanding of who I am as a person. I tend to have low self-esteem, and so this project has shown me that I do have something worthwhile to say.
I've really enjoyed being part of the Louisville Story Program, and I think it's really important that we get the message out there that we're all just people, and our visual impairment isn't what defines us. It's just a part of who we are.
We have to overcome things, and that's what life's about. And so I want people to sort of feel empowered, I don't want people to feel pity for the blind or the people who have been through traumatic events. I want them to see that, yeah, they've been through traumatic events, but they've come out better for it.
I love this so much because it gave me a chance to be myself, to put my words on paper, and it's like it's final when it's written down. Like, you can't erase my words.
We hope you'll consider backing this project at any level that you can to help us produce this historic book. It's a good book, it's important.